السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مرحبا بكم أيها الطلاب الكرام. اليوم سنأخذ الدرس السادس الجزء الثالث. Today we're going to take lesson 6 part 3. I had given you some homework, and what we're going to do with this is we're going to put it up on the screen, and it's just going to be the screen and you'll hear my voice go over. So we learned how to say, what is this? But it's important to know that you are either going to be pointing towards a masculine person, a male, or a masculine object. Or you're going to be pointing towards a female when you say ma hadhihi, or you're going to point towards a feminine object. So let's go ahead and begin with the exercise. The first item that we're going to point out, and we're going to have, it's going to be circled. I'm going to ask you in Arabic, and you're going to respond. So it says here, or as you can see, ma hadha. Go ahead and respond in Arabic. You should say hadha qalamun. The next one, we have a spoon. It's a feminine object, so I'm going to say ma hadhihi. You should respond hadhihi mil'aqatun. هذه ملعقة if you stop. The book, ما هذا. You should say هذا كتاب. Next is the shirt, ما هذا. هذا قميص. Or when you stop, you say هذا قميص. Next, you're strolling through the neighborhood and you see a house. And then you ask somebody, basically you're asking them, how do I say this in Arabic? So you say, ma hadha. What is this? You would answer, hadha baytun. Next is the watch, ma hadhihi. Hadhihi sa'a. Hadhihi sa'a. After that is the car, ma hadhih. And that's another thing. See, I said here, ma hadhih, not hadhihi. And that's always us getting used to ending the sentence in a sukoon if your sentence ends. Ma hadhih. Hadhihi sayyara. This is a car. Next we see a door. Ma hadha. Hadha bab. Hadha bab. This is a door. Next, you see a pair of feet, or you see a foot. How do you say foot? Since we said the rule from last time was, if there's two of those objects or two of those things on your body, then you are going to say it in the feminine form by saying hadhihi. So you have 2 feet, you say ma hadhihi. What is this? And you're talking about 1 foot. You say hadhihi rijl. هذه رجل. Next we see a bicycle. ما هذه. What is this? هذه دراجة. دراجة. The ra has the shadda on it. Don't say daraja. Right? The ra and the jim. Darra. Oh, not the jim, I'm sorry. Darrajah. This is a bicycle. Next we see, it's kind of not in a straight line, so we're going to go straight down to the mouth. Ma hadha. What is this? Hadha femun. That's how you should answer. Over here is a pot, and we said the word for pot is qidrun. This word is confusing because you got to know the harakat. Right? First, let's get this out of the way. Qidr is one of the words that are an exception to the rule, which means it's feminine even though it doesn't have the symbol of being a feminine word. We said those were, it would end with a ta, it would end with one of these, it would end with one of those. And that's how you can know if the word is feminine or not. This is an exception. But what I find sometimes is people see this word, if there's no harakat, this can be قدر, right? This could be قدر. You see, and that's why knowing the harakat on these words is important. Qadr is the pot, right? Qadrun is like the measurement or the amount. Like when, or they say like qadrul haja, right? Qadrul haja, like the limit of necessity. And qadr is either the qadr of Allah, the pre-decree of Allah, or qadr can also mean like Laylatul, actually this one would be over here, Laylatul Qadr would be night of power. But this one would be like pre-decree, predestination. But aside from that, our word is here. This word is feminine. So we say, ما هذه. What is this? فأنتم تقولون, you all should say, هذه قدر. Hand, ذكر أو أنثى. ذكر or أنثى, male or female. أنثى is feminine because you have two of them. So you say ما هذه, هذه يد. Next is a picture of a nose. ما هذا, هذا أنف. You only have one nose. Then we're going to go down to the iron. ما هذه, هذه مكواه. What is it? مكواه. After that is the chair. ما هذا, هذا كرسي. هذا كرسي. Next we're going to go to the refrigerator and we say ما هذه, هذه ثلاجة. ما هذه, هذه ثلاجة. After that we have a key. Key is masculine, صح? It's مذكر. You say ما هذا, هذا مفتاح. This is a key. After that we see the mosque. You point to it. You say ما هذا, هذا, هذا يا أخي العزيز مسجد. See how you can now make sentences a little bit longer? You don't have to say ما هذا, هذا كذا. You might be talking to somebody and you say ما هذا يا خليل, ما هذا يا جميل. Those are names. ما هذا يا, maybe his American name, maybe his name is Robert. ما هذا يا Robert. هذا مسجد يا أستاذ, يا معلم, يا مدرس. Those are all synonyms for teacher. And finally, يا أيها الطلاب. أخيرا, finally, أخيرا. You point to the stars and you say ما هذا. هذا we normally say is for something close, but for the sake of just this exercise, maybe it's on a board or a page. ما هذا. You say هذا يا معلم, هذا نجم. هذا نجم. Very good. So that was the exercise on page 36. And now we can go ahead and move on. Or, to be honest, we should make this one just about this exercise, and we'll make the next lesson about the remaining chapter. So, I would say we're getting close to the end of chapter 6. We only have one more lesson, inshallah. And therefore, you should be comfortable now being able to identify what's this and what's that, how to make two-word sentences, like this is a man, this is a teacher, he is big, he is small, things like that. And we're going to practice that a little bit more. In regards to our, the speed at which things get produced online, on our end in Tennessee and our brother's end in California, transitioning back to the masjid, as we said, was a bit difficult. We had Ramadan come in. We had after Ramadan, where some personal things came up. So we're going to keep pumping these videos out. I know it's not at the speed that you guys like, but regardless, it'll keep on happening. So make sure you study, make sure you do what you can to review, reread the lessons. If you're waiting on the new content and you're really in a hurry, you can go back and look at the old content if you want. The ones that we have on the same thing. That finishes the book, but it's not as concise and the quality is not as good. So if you want to wait, alhamdulillah, if you want to progress, you can move on to those other ones. But we recommend that master what you have and move at this pace. Okay? So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us benefit from that which we have learned and make us learn that which is beneficial. Allahumma allimna ma yanfa'una wanfa'na bima 'allamtana wa zidna 'ilman wa ila al-liqa' wassalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.